Imagine waking up thirsty with no bottle waiting beside you. You would search for water before searching for food. That instinct is older than humanity itself. Every human begins life surrounded by water. Every cell in your body depends on it. Your blood carries water, your brain contains water, your muscles contain water, even your bones hold water. But here is the strange part. Humans never actually decided to start drinking water. Life itself began with water, and our earliest ancestors inherited that dependence. Long before humans walked upright, animals were already drinking. Long before mammals existed, living organisms needed water. The first cells needed liquid environments to survive. Without water, chemistry stops working properly, proteins lose their shape, cells cannot maintain their internal balance, energy production begins to fail. So, drinking water was never a human invention, it was a biological requirement, but something changed when our ancestors moved onto land. Living on land created a new problem. Water was no longer surrounding every cell. The body had to protect its internal water supply. That created one of evolution's most important signals: thirst. Thirst is not simply your body asking for a drink, it is an emergency warning system. Your brain constantly monitors your body's fluid balance. Specialized cells in the hypothalamus detect changes in blood concentration. When water becomes scarce, your brain reacts. You feel thirsty, you become motivated to search for water, and that behavior can save your life. Why would evolution build such a powerful alarm? Because losing water can become dangerous surprisingly quickly. Your body continuously loses water. You lose it through urine, you lose it through sweat, you lose it through breathing, you even lose water while sleeping. Under ordinary conditions, your body works constantly to replace those losses, but our ancestors faced much harsher conditions. They had no refrigerators, they had no plastic bottles, they had no water filters, they had no guaranteed supply. Finding water could determine whether a group survived. Rivers became biological highways, lakes became gathering points, springs became valuable resources. Animals knew this too. Predators waited near water, prey animals approached carefully. Early humans faced the same danger. Water could save you, water could also expose you, and then humans developed something unusual. We began carrying knowledge about water. A child could learn where a spring was located. A group could remember which river stayed wet during drought. That information became part of survival. Human intelligence changed the problem. We could search farther than our instincts alone allowed. We could recognize landscapes. We could follow animal tracks. We could remember seasonal water sources. We could eventually dig for groundwater. Archaeological evidence shows ancient humans repeatedly occupied places near reliable water. But humans did something even more important. We learned to manipulate water. Early communities eventually built wells. Some ancient wells date back thousands of years. People began storing water, they began transporting it, they began protecting important sources. Civilization itself became closely connected to water. Consider the earliest cities. Many appeared near major rivers. Mesopotamia developed between the Tigris and Euphrates. Ancient Egypt grew around the Nile. The Indus Valley civilization depended heavily on sophisticated water systems. Water was no longer just something humans found. It became something societies organized around. But there was another problem. Not every water source was safe. A clear-looking stream could contain dangerous microorganisms. Humans could not see bacteria with their eyes. They could only see the consequences: diarrhea, vomiting, fever, severe dehydration, sometimes death. This created another evolutionary pressure. Humans needed water, but they also needed safer water. Ancient societies developed different solutions. They collected rainwater, they stored water in containers, they used wells, they sometimes boiled water, they sometimes filtered it through materials such as sand or charcoal. These methods were imperfect, but the basic idea was powerful. Water had to be found, protected, and sometimes treated. Thousands of years later, scientists finally discovered why contaminated water could be so dangerous. In the 19th century, researchers connected disease with microscopic organisms. John Snow's investigation of the 1854 London cholera outbreak became a landmark moment. Snow mapped cholera cases around contaminated water. His work helped transform public understanding of disease transmission. Suddenly, water was not merely something that looked clean, it could carry invisible threats. Modern science eventually revealed something even stranger. Your thirst does not wait until you are severely dehydrated. Your brain acts earlier. Signals from your blood and body help regulate drinking behavior. Researchers such as Charles Boak have studied how the brain detects changes in body fluids. The system is incredibly sensitive. Your body is constantly negotiating with the environment. Drink too little and concentration rises. Drink too much and concentration falls. Your brain helps keep the balance. This balance is called homeostasis. It keeps your internal environment within a narrow range, and water is at the center of that system. Your kidneys constantly adjust how much water leaves your body. When water is scarce, they conserve more. When water is abundant, they allow more to leave. A hormone called vasopressin helps control this process. Your body is essentially running a water management system every second. You rarely notice it. That is what makes it so impressive. Think about how ordinary drinking water feels. You turn on a tap, you fill a glass, you drink. The entire process takes seconds, but that glass connects you to billions of years of evolution. The water entering your body becomes part of your blood. It enters cells, it supports chemical reactions, it helps regulate temperature, it helps transport nutrients, it helps remove waste, and eventually much of it leaves your body again. Then the cycle begins again. Humans did not choose water because it was convenient. Water became necessary because life cannot escape chemistry. Our ancestors inherited that rule. Evolution built thirst around it. Civilizations built settlements around it. Scientists built entire fields of research around it. And modern cities built enormous systems to deliver it. So the next time you drink a glass of water, pause for a second. You're not simply satisfying thirst, you're completing one of life's oldest survival behaviors. A behavior older than humans, older than mammals, older than forests, older than dinosaurs. Water was there before us, and in a very real sense, our bodies are still carrying a piece of that ancient ocean. We never really started drinking water, life started depending on it, and we simply inherited the habit.